a nice Friday stream. Nice little Friday chill time hangout. Well, I say why not? And don't you worry. I'm on my way. Yes, and welcome. Welcome to Friday. Welcome to your stream. Welcome to the show. We've got a lot to get into. There's actually a ton of news, updates, rumors, and leaks that I haven't been able to cover yet. And so I thought today what would be fun is if we looked over some of these leaks and we kind of decided with each other, like in the chat, whether or not we believe these leaks or not. A lot of them are coming from like places that are unreliable or at least unfamiliar to us. You know, 4chan, new scoopers, new leakers on the scene. Some of the stuff I'm pretty sure is not actually true, but it could be really fun to go through it together. On top of that, there's a really cool little, I guess, I don't even know how to describe it, but there's this poll-esque thing talking about the best MCU movie, the worst MCU movie, the most underrated MCU movie, and the most overrated MCU movie. And I wanted to do that live with you guys as well. There's new Lord of the Rings movies, apparently. Friggin' the Scarlet Witch herself, Elizabeth Olsen, talking about returning. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on, and so it's going to get really sweaty. It's going to get really nerdy. I'm pulling into the tower. I'll see you in a second. Oh, yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's get, as is tradition on a Friday, let's get that freaking gambling going on. And you know what? Let's do something for all the people that are in early today. Just everybody that's in early today, drop you a little bit of nerd coin. You know, like 10 G's. 10 stacks. For you guys. What's up and welcome. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm feeling good. Friday through the work week. Show notes for you guys, just to let you guys know what's going on. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. We're going to start watching Saturday morning cartoons together. For members only. If you're a Nerdvenger member, come on by tomorrow. I'm not even sure what we're going to watch. So many great suggestions. Maybe we'll bounce around a little bit. Watch a little bit of this, watch a little bit of that. I don't know. But either way, we're going to be live tomorrow, 10 a.m. Even if you don't want to watch the cartoons, you can come hang, check out what's going on in chat. It should be a very good time. Oh, and as far as videos are concerned, so we have this really big Kang video. It's about Kang, but it's also about the future of Kang in the next few years before we get to the Kang Dynasty. It's a big video, though. So Fernie needs like one more day. That'll drop tomorrow, probably at like 1 p.m. tomorrow. It's juicy, though. It's really big. I'm really proud of the video. We should have a Spider-Man video dropping for you guys today. That's, I think, also really fun. I think you'll really enjoy that. And then we have another massive video that I've been working on about the Avengers lineup for the Kang Dynasty and also Secret Wars. There's a lot of talk about this out there. So I wanted to do a big video about it, but that probably won't drop until early next week because it's going to be another crazy big video. When I got done recording the Kang video, I looked at like the time. It was a 38-minute video before editing. Now, look, I think we're going to get it down to like in the low 20s. Like, I think right now With Fernie, I think it's like 21, 22. I might add some stuff too because there's like some context and stuff. But I'm trying to do these like bigger videos. So look out for that tomorrow. It should drop and it'll be very, very cool. Very cool. Did I notice? There's nothing to notice. There is nothing to notice. You're driving me crazy. There is nothing to notice. You don't say that. So anyways, what's going on with you guys? How's the Friday, right? How many of you guys are absolutely thrilled to beat a Friday? Let me know. Are you super hyped up? Are you show the massive guns? We're getting there. We're getting there with the fitness. That's all I'll say. We're getting there. Yeah, a lot of you are really, really excited. Hyped down? What does that mean? I've never even heard this expression. That has to be a Canadian thing. That has to be a Canadian thing. What are these leaks? It doesn't matter what the leaks are. Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Calm down there. Calm down there. I'm excited for the weekend, but man, I've got like a lot of work to do, a lot of stuff on my plate, so I'll probably be working kind of through the weekend anyway. I'm trying to chill though. On Sunday, I'm gonna be going and playing another game of Warhammer, so I'm really excited for that. That's gonna be really fun. Damn, 5 gifted coming in from 831 Red. Man, thanks so much for that. I really appreciate it. Hell yeah. Indica or sativa? I have no idea what you're talking about, but I like blends, and I'm more of a sativa guy. Weekly reminder to watch One Piece. Oh, thanks for that. Thanks for that. Okay, let's get started with something I think you guys will really like. I think it'll be really fun. It's also going to take some brain power, so give me a freaking minute on this one, man. The brain isn't well, it's not totally warmed up. So this is a really cool post by the MCU Report. Basically just says Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is the 31st movie in the MCU. What movies do you think are the best movie, the worst movie, the most underrated movie, and the most overrated movie? When I saw this, I was like, dude, this is really cool. I'm going to do this live on stream. It's something like a tier list in some ways. You know what I mean? But it's pretty awesome. Right on, Slicks Demon. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. I'll go over all the super chats when we get to the end of the stream for sure. But I still appreciate it. I appreciate all the love. Okay, so this is wild, dude. 31 movies in this thing. So I guess the first thing we have to try to figure out is what's the best movie? And you know what I might actually do? Oh, yeah, I do have Photoshops open. I think this might be the way to do it. If we do this, but then this won't pop up for us here, huh? Let me try something real quick here. Oh, you know what? Actually, there's a... Hang on now. I think there's a widget for this in Streamlabs where you can like draw over top of it. It's not... let's see here. Am I crazy? I thought there was a widget for this kind of a thing here. Fuck it. We'll just do it like this. Okay. So I think we have to decide, like, what even are the best movies in contention to be the best movie. So, believe it or not, I would actually put Iron Man. I think Iron Man is top tier. Right? Captain America, First Avenger. Sleeper hit. I also think that's kind of top tier. Winter Soldier, obviously top tier. The first Guardians, I think, is top tier MCU. Civil War, I think, is top tier MCU. Doctor Strange is top tier MCU. Thor Ragnarok is top tier. Yo, let me ask you guys a question about Thor Ragnarok. Maybe it's just me, and maybe like I'm just getting like old and grumpy. But does anybody else after Thor 4 kind of like Ragnarok less? Is it just me? Is it anybody else? Is that like super petty? Is that like the most petty? Just me? Yo, wait. We got to go to the polls on this. This is interesting. I feel like there's a lot of peeps in the chat. Yo, whoa. Mr. JB2 with 5 gifted? Oh my God, bro. Thank you so much. Dude, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Damn, dude, everybody's real generous with the gifted. If you got a membership, you can of course come to the stream tomorrow. In the morning, we'll have the Nerdvenger stream where we'll go over this, or watch cartoons rather. Okay, I need to go to the polls on this shit. Did Thor 4 make you like Ragnarok less? I just want to know. Just give me your honest, if it's, maybe if I'm just being super petty. Maybe I'm just the pettiest. I'm thirsty. We need a Pole Town emoji? That's probably a good idea, actually. Mr. Poppy says, hell nah! I get what you're saying. Doesn't get much pettier? I mean, you might be right. Some kind of stripper pole? Hey, well, family show. Josh being petty? Nah. See, exactly, Russell. See, Russell gets me. Thor 4 is disappointing, but not that bad, Joshy. All right, Alfonso. Okay, so looks like 72% of you are pretty normal ass motherfuckers, you guys, you're good peeps, but there's 28% of you that are chaotic, petty, my people. So yeah, I don't know, Thor Ragnarok top tier, but like I just fucking can't with Taika. Infinity War obviously top tier. In fact, it's gonna be very challenging for it to not be Infinity War. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Infinity War is the best movie in the MCU? Throw a 1 into the chat if you think it's Infinity War. Let's see here. We've got Multiverse of Madness, which a lot of you will freak the fuck out about me saying, but it is top tier, possibly even top 5. Yeah. So I'd have to say, if we're going top tier selections, for me, it's Multiverse of Madness, No Way Home, obviously, No Way Home. I heard the other day a YouTuber that shall not be named, because we don't want to like dog people for their opinions. Like, it's totally fine if you have an opinion. But I heard someone the other day saying that they thought that No Way Home wasn't even a good film, and it was just nostalgia member berry stuff that like why everybody likes it. Like, come on. What? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. We're going to the polls again. Ain't no way. Was No Way Home actually a good movie? Boom. I mean, if you think it's just nostalgia, or maybe I should... Yeah, you know what? Fuck that poll. Nope, that's a bad poll. That poll sucks. Let's do a new one. What is the deal with No Way Home? And the first option will be, great movie. The second option will be okay movie with great fan service. There we go. That's a little more scientifical. No Way Home was an SNL skit. Mr. Poppy, no! And I know exactly where you heard that from. Don't you be listening. Don't you be listening. I can't believe that only 65% of you think it's a great movie. Are you kidding me? Remember when CCP wanted No Way Home early and Disney said no way, Holmes? That's true. A rare Disney W. This is crazy. This is crazy. I can't even believe there are people. Guys, it's a brilliant movie. It's a brilliant movie. It has literally one of the most perfect endings I've ever seen, not just from the perspective of a comic book fan, but it's like really brilliant. Like, I think the bones of that movie, even without the cameos, it still would have been awesome. It still would have been incredible. I just can't, like, no. No. You don't say that. Like, there are 33% of the people that voted in this poll that think it was just okay. What? That's crazy. That's crazy to me. I think that movie's awesome. Anyway, so I would put in my top tier Multiverse of Madness, No Way Home. I wouldn't put Endgame in there, even though I love Endgame. I can't put it in the top tier. Infinity War, Ragnarok, I guess, Doctor Strange, Civil War, Guardians 1, Winter Soldier, Avengers, I guess. Yeah, Avengers, yeah. Captain America, and Iron Man. It's crazy that Captain America didn't make a lot of money, because I think it's genuinely an incredible movie. I love that movie. But if we have to pick one movie here that's the best, I think it has to be Winter Soldier, dude. I think the best has to be Winter Soldier. I think it has to be. And it's a little bit that recency bias because I've rewatched it recently. Like after I watched that debauchery, Quantumania, I needed a palate cleanser. So I watched Winter Soldier. Dude, Winter Soldier's so fucking good, dude. Like, if Winter Soldier wasn't a comic book movie and they just had like another hero, like let's say it was like Jack Ryan or, you know, John Brown or Bo Frank or who cares? Like, name somebody else that just kind of goes through similar beats and you replace the comic book characters with just other characters from within that world. It's still top tier, dude. It is still a top tier movie. It's incredible. So that's going to be my best movie. Now, worst movie. Ah, shit. Here we go. I think when we think low end of Marvel, and also, I don't like this song. When we think low end of Marvel, I mean, what are you guys thinking? What do you guys think when we go through some low Marvel? You could make the argument that Iron Man 2 is low tier. I don't really think it's as bad as Iron Man 3. And I know there are some people that really love Iron Man 3 and really think it's great. And maybe, like, bro, here's what I'm going to say right now. Iron Man 3 and Iron Man 2 are, like, in my opinion, miles ahead of Thor 4 and Quantumania. For sure. But yeah, you could probably consider them both mid to low mid, you know? Thor the Dark World is also in that category. It's not that great. Like, yeah, it's just not that great. I would actually put Guardians Volume 2 that low. I know some of you guys will be like, what? No, I thought it was that bad. I really don't like it. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Dude, I hate to say this, but Scott Lang has the worst trilogy definitely in comic book movies history, but maybe ever made. Ant-Man has the worst trilogy maybe ever, dude. Because Ant-Man 2, like Ant-Man and the Wasp, is just so fucking forgettable. Like, it's just, it's not bad. It's like so incredibly mid that it's like, ugh. It's a drag. It's a drag to get through. A lot of you might put Captain Marvel in the low tier. You are absolutely high. Go watch Captain Marvel again, especially after watching a lot of the more recent MCU movies. Captain Marvel is at the very least a middle tier Marvel movie. It could even be high mid. It could even be high mid. Now, ironically, that doesn't make me like Captain Marvel anymore. I still just don't connect with the character. Not really a big fan of Brie Larson. Like, I'm not about it. But the movie itself, I think is actually pretty decent, dude. It might even be the most underrated. It could be in that discussion. Let's see here. A lot of you guys would put Eternals. You know what? Here we go. What about Eternals? Would you guys think that? Do you think Eternals is like horrible? If you think Eternals is bottom tier, throw a 1 into the chat. I'm like real curious how people feel about this. There's a couple ones, but I think a lot of people... Whoa, okay, now the ones are coming in. Yo, dude, I don't think so. I gotta disagree with this. And I think I was actually a little too harsh on Eternals when it first came out. Like, that third act is real goobly glob, and there's some weird stuff that they do in the movie for sure. But I kind of like Eternals, dude. I kind of like it. Like, it's very different than many other Marvel movies. And I, like, some people say that it's just too cluttered and there's too many characters and it's, like, too crazy. And maybe that's true, but I would say from... Like, I actually think they handled that ensemble really well. And I think the first half of that movie is kind of fucking incredible. I'm going to be honest with you guys. There was a... You know what? That's true, Veeds. That's true, actually. And thanks for the 5 spot, bro. Shang-Chi deserves to be in that top level. It is that good. I think so. In fact, I might even rewatch Shang-Chi tonight. I really like that movie, dude. I was a little too harsh on Shang-Chi when it first came out, too. And I think that's partially because I just didn't love the way they did some of their major action set pieces. Like, the final fighting stuff is incredible. But, like... Man, I'm just such a fan of, like, really good kung fu movies. And I guess I had this vision that Shang-Chi would be, like, on that level. And it's just not. Like, even the fights where, like, he's fighting his sister or him and his sister are running from the other ninjas, like, on the wall. That's a great set piece. It's really, really interesting and exciting. But it cuts too much for me to, like, consider it an incredible kung fu. Like, if you've ever watched some really great kung fu movies, some of the best fights are literally just tracking shots. They don't really cut. It's like these long sequences of like really well choreographed fighting. And then if you watch Winter Soldier again, which again I did very recently, it has that same spirit. It still cuts quite a bit. It's still like, you know, it's very like choppy in that one fight with Cap and Bucky that we all remember, with them flipping the knives around and the van and all that shit. The fight's absolutely incredible. It does cut up a lot to sort of create this chaotic energy, but it's still so incredibly well choreographed. It's like, it's fucking titties, dude. It's really, really cool. And Shang-Chi just didn't get there for me. And so I was a little bit disappointed with it initially. But from just raw storytelling perspective, I think it's great. I think Simu's great. Obviously, his dad is fucking awesome in the movie. So I like a lot of it. I really think it's high tier. Okay, anyway. Going back to the low tier stuff. Thor Love and Thunder and Quantum Mania, both way down for me, okay? Now, I have like a vendetta against Quantumania. I really don't like this movie, and I'm really disappointed in Marvel for putting this movie out when they did. Okay, so I'm gonna try not to like let that affect it all too much, because I would put it at the worst. I'd put it at the worst like right now, because I hate this movie. But a lot of that's probably just emotions of the moment, and maybe a year from now I'll be a little bit easier on it. Like, I could see it maybe becoming an Eternals like movie for me, where like I appreciate what it is and I'm like, okay, whatever, you know. Did I watch it a second time to reevaluate the editing? Bro, I don't know if I'll ever watch this movie again. If I watch Quantumania again, I don't know. I just can't see a scenario in which I watch it again. I'll scrub through it for Easter eggs. In fact, I already have. I'll be honest with you. I already have. We sailed the 7 seas, boys. I'm sorry. I can't go. I'm not paying to see that movie again. So let's go through it again. Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, which is kind of freaking wild. We're talking about the lower tier here. Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3. That's kind of wild that the most popular MCU character, the one that we're all desperate to have come back, has pretty bad trilogy himself. His second and third movie are pretty trash. It's interesting. You know what I mean? Like, not all of this stuff, like, maybe not all these characters even need their own movies. Like Quantumania, maybe it shouldn't have been an Ant-Man movie. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so these two are pretty bad. Thor: The Dark World, pretty bad. Yo, how many of you would put Age of Ultron in the low tier? Throw a 1 into the chat if you would put Age of Ultron into the low tier. Anybody? Hell nah, bro. Age of Ultron is great. Age of Ultron is in the underrated category for me. So, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, Thor 2, Guardians 2. I don't even know. Ant-Man and the Wasp, like, I can't really put it like low tier. It's just so forgettable. And then Thor: Love and Thunder and Quantumania. It's gonna have to be Thor: Love and Thunder. It's gonna have to be Thor: Love and Thunder. Best movie in the MCU, Winter Soldier. Worst movie in the MCU, Thor: Love and Thunder. Most underrated. Yo, this one I love, bro. Underrated? Dude, I'll tell you what's underrated. Iron Man 1. The Incredible Hulk. Thor 1. Captain America. The First Avenger. All of those movies are underrated. People talk about, like, Phase 1. I don't know. Like, it was this crazy thing that was, like, barely, you know, watchable, and then it, like, kicks up in Phase 2. Fuck no. Phase 1 was dubs. It was fucking dubs, dude. Iron Man, incredible. The Incredible Hulk, it's so good. It's so good. Recently rewatched it. By the way, I went through a stint where I watched this movie and I watched the Ang Lee Hulk. Bro, if you have any fond memories of the Ang Lee Hulk, I urge you to not watch that movie. I urge you to not rewatch it, because you will. Oh, man. It's bad, bro. It's like, it's so fucking bad. Oh, my God. And I also remember being, like, really young and watching the shit out of that movie and, like, loving it and, like, going to the theater a bunch, being like, dude, let's go, the fucking Hulk. Oh, dude, it's trash. It's trash. But yeah, all of those movies are underrated in my opinion. I think Age of Ultron is underrated. You know what's a really big one? Is the first Doctor Strange. What the hell? It's the first Doctor Strange. This is an incredibly underrated movie. This should probably be in most people's top 5. Go rewatch that movie, dude. Doctor Strange 1, it doesn't get enough credit. Doesn't get enough credit at all. It is so good, man. Like, it's just so well put together, and Benedict Cumberbatch just sells that, like, broken man. And he's like, it's crazy. Like, from the top of the world, narcissist, surgeon guy, you know, fucking flying down the road, not giving a shit about anybody, anything, to being absolutely broken and watching him be devastated. I think one of the reasons I really connect is there's that scene where he's so cruel to what's her face? Christine. He's so cruel to Christine, and like, man, like, it just breaks my heart because I know how he feels about her, but he's so broken and hurt that he's lashing out at like the one person that's been there for him this entire time. I remember I had really bad knee surgery back in the day, and my mom and my sisters were like that. They were the ones that were like taking care of me. And I got to that point too, where I was just so bitter against the world and just so hateful that I was like horrible to them. I think back to it with like, I cringe at it. It was so real. And then for him to like find himself again in the magic and utilize a lot of his skills that he had with medicine and studying to like excel at magic, and to watch him like get it back. It's like a fucking anime, dude. To watch him like get his mojo back. Incredible. I love that movie. Definitely underrated. Let's see what else. Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel is underrated, dude. It is. I'm sorry. A lot of people are like, oh, dude, it's trash. It's fucking woke. Nah, dude, that's a really well put together movie. It's really fun. Reminds me of like old school 80s action films. A lot of good stuff in Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel's cool. You know what? I'm going to go back and say Spider-Man Homecoming's underrated too. I think Spider-Man Homecoming is better than all of the Spider-Man movies that came before it, except maybe Spider-Man 2 from the Sam Raimi John. It's so good, dude. And like, it starts with like the Ramones, and like they just kind of let you know right away, like, we're having a good fucking time with this movie. Like, you're about to have a good time. And as like a big Spider-Man fan, like, man, it just grabbed me. It grabbed me right away, and you know, it was consensual, so it was good. I would put Eternals at underrated, but I don't know. I think everybody would freak the fuck out if I did that. And then I think and this is a movie that like, it just blows my mind. Like, it blows my mind. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. It's not a nude. It's a gym progress pick. It wasn't a nude. It's not a thirst trap. It's just a progress pick. Game over, Jesse. Holy shit. I'm talking about Multiverse of Madness. Multiverse of Madness. I saw a bunch of people, and in fact, let's go through it. So there's 556 quote tweets. Holy shit. You see what I mean? This is a crazy post. They're killing it with this. Okay, so let's see what people have as their worst movie here. Or should we do our list first and then watch it? My point was, there's going to be a lot of people that have Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness as the worst movie, and it's going to trigger me so bad. Like this person. Multiverse of Madness, followed by literally any Ant-Man movie. Sorry, Paul Rudd. Why are you doing multiple movies? This guy didn't even understand the assignment. Love and Thunder, definitely worst movie. Love and Thunder. Okay, so there's a lot. All right. Okay, we'll look more at that after we're done here. Okay. But every time I see somebody put Multiverse of Madness as their like the worst movie, or they hate it or whatever, I lose my mind, dude. I'm losing my mind. I think that, dude, it's so good. What is wrong with y'all? Multiverse of Madness is so fucking good, dude. What is wrong? What is happening? Oh, jeez. Oh, sheesh. No, it's not. Ah! It's actually not. Ah! Ah, damn. Okay, most underrated movie. I'm real tempted to put Captain Marvel in there. Just because, like, think about the context of underrated. Like, everybody's sitting there saying that, like, Captain Marvel's trash. And I'm just like, dude, it's not. Like, I'm sorry. It's just not. I'm going to do Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange 1. I'm going to do Doctor Strange 1. Okay, now we have to do the most overrated movie. This is kind of interesting. I haven't really thought of these movies in that context. Overrated. I'd almost say Avengers 1, but like, how can Avengers 1 be overrated? It's so fucking good, man. I think Guardians 2's overrated. Ragnarok's overrated. Dude, that is tough for me. I don't know. Maybe Black Panther. I could see Black Panther being overrated. I almost feel like, you know what I almost feel like, guys? Do you know what I feel? Endgame? Yeah, but I don't see, like, Endgame's kind of one of those things, and that's it's a fair point. But here's the thing. I almost think we all agree. I don't think it's overrated because I think we all kind of know, like, it's not that great. Like, it's a great ending, but it's, like, not that great. Does that make sense? Like, Endgame does what it's supposed to do. Wakanda Forever for the most overrated, but like nobody's out here saying Wakanda Forever's a masterpiece. Like I think in order to be overrated, it has to be a movie that most people praise and that most people think is like really dope. And it's not. People are? I don't know. That's a tough one. Ragnarok is overrated? Yeah, I could say that. Shut it down. They're winning too much. Are you serious right now? Everybody, y'all better stop winning. Overrated. I think Quantumania is overrated. This one's very tough. I think it's literally Quantumania. Yeah, that's right. The film that's tied for the lowest Rotten Tomatoes score in the entirety of the MCU is overrated because it deserves to be the lowest rated movie. It's straight trash. Hot doo-doo, garbage fire, a skunk, juggling, dead hamsters, stinky. It's fucking horrible. Holy shit. Everything and all the here's the thing. All of the smoke that I've thrown, all the shade I've thrown at this movie, it's all a modicum of what it deserves. It is I'm going easy on this fucking thing. This thing was straight trash. They should probably cancel the entire MCU after this movie. You know, like everybody's like, oh, maybe they should cancel this, so they should delay that. Cancel it all. Just fucking pack it up. Okay, anyway. So I'd say Quantumania. I would say Ragnarok. Ragnarok could be up there. This is a tough one for me, Dad. What do you guys think? Black Panther is overrated? Yeah, but like, I feel like we kind of went through that. I think there was a time when Black Panther was overrated. There was a time when people were like, bro, people are gassing this movie up and it's like not all that. But then I feel like that became the narrative and everybody kind of agreed that you were like, yeah, it's like all right. Like, am I wrong? I feel like we already went through that arc. No Way Home. I mean, it could be No Way Home. It could be No Way Home. People still gas it up? It's a tough one, dude. Far From Home? How many people gas that movie up? I think it's got to be Ragnarok, dude. But I love Ragnarok. Damn, dude. Maybe it is Endgame, dude. Maybe it is Endgame. Maybe it's Endgame. Yeah, I really like Ragnarok, dude. Like, it's really good. No Way Home. Yo, let's look at what other people have to say. Let's look at the quote tweets. Damn it. No, wait. How do I just see the quote tweets? I literally just did this. Is my brain broken? How do I see the quote tweets? There it is. Okay. Best movie, No Way Home. Interesting. Thor, Love and Thunder is the worst movie. I agree. Shang-Chi is under. I agree with that. Endgame. Okay, so yeah, that's a pretty good one. Chuck says, best movie, Quantumania. I'm going to lose my fucking mind. Worst, dude, you're probably watching and you just did this to trigger me, bro. You just did this to trigger. I can't with that. Let's see here. No Way Home. Thor, The Dark World. Underrated, Love and Thunder. Dude, get the fuck out of here. Most overrated movie, No Say. I actually, that's a fair list. Iron Man, worst. Thor, technically Hulk, but I guess it doesn't count as MCU. Underrated, Ant-Man and Black Panther. Overrated, Captain America. Interesting. No Way Home. Guardians 2 as the worst movie. Yeah, no Deadpool. We're going to go straight MCU. Yeah, that's a pretty good one right there. That's a pretty good list. Winter Soldier, Love and Thunder, hands down. Yeah, dude, I think, look at how many people think Love and Thunder is the worst movie in the MCU. And, there was this whole thing where we thought maybe Taika wasn't going to do Star Wars. It's very possible that he's still doing Star Wars. And they might even announce it this summer. And you know what's the worst part of fucking Taika? Is like he'll come out and be all corny about it and act like a fucking child and be like, oh, everybody loved my last one, yeah? And then give us this like big, cheesy, stupid smile. That's so fucking... Dude, Taika, man. Taika was on top of the world, absolutely killing it, and people loved him. And now he's fucking cringe and his movie's trash. What happened? Winter Soldier, Love and Thunder, again. Most underrated movie, Doctor Strange. I agree with that. Most overrated movie, No Way Home. I can see it. Infinity War, Love and Thunder. Bro, look at these Love and Thunders, man. Incredible Hulk. Most underrated, Multiverse of Madness. Yeah, let's go! Interesting. Yo, this dude thinks Black Panther 2's the worst movie in the MCU. I feel like that's impossible. I don't know. I kind of feel like that's impossible. Worst movie, The Incredible Hulk. Interesting. Thor 1? Thor 1 is dope. Get out of here. The Avengers, Eternals, worst. Age of Ultron, most underrated. I can see it. Most overrated is Captain Marvel. I don't understand that. Best, Black Panther. Worst, Iron Man 2. underrated Spider-Man Homecoming, overrated Civil War. Interesting. Okay, I can see that. Infinity War, Iron Man 3, Shang-Chi, No Way Home. Okay, I could see that. This dude did multiples. Ragnarok, The Winter Soldier, Black Panther, Iron Man 2, Age of Ultron, Thor: The Dark World. Huh, that's interesting. Best movie, Endgame. What? Worst movie, Ragnarok. Most underrated movie, Eternals. Most overrated movie, Civil War. I don't know if me and this guy could have a beer together. I don't know if that could work. Didn't understand the assignment. Guys, you can't do multiples. You can't do multiples. Winter Soldier, Iron Man 3, Eternals, Iron Man. That's interesting. Winter Soldier, Dark World, Eternals, Guardians. Interesting. Infinity War, Love and Thunder, Eternals, and Spider-Man No Way Home. I get this. That feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. Best movie, Multiverse of Madness. Let's go! Worst movie, Eternals. Interesting. Most underrated is Iron Man 3. Nope. Most overrated movie is Thor Ragnarok. That's fair. No Way Home. Okay. Thor 2 and 4. These are all pretty good, man. A lot of consensus on a lot of the top tier movies, and I think a lot of the bottom tier movies as well. Interesting. Cool. All right, we'll move on. Wait, what? Bro, there ain't no way. Wait, god damn it. Bro, there ain't no way we've been live for 47 minutes. That was supposed to be like a 10-minute bit. The fuck? The fuck, bro? Oh my god. Wow. Okay. Okay, yo, let's talk. Let's talk about some motherfucking Lord of the Rings. Let's talk about some Lord of the Rings, huh? Hang on. Where's the bits? Where's the bits? There's bits on this. Why am I so zoomed in here? Zoom out a little bit. Okay, so if y'all didn't see, yesterday, they reported. Why? Because I want to. Wait, no, nobody wants to talk about Lord of the Rings? Oh, I'm sorry, we hate Lord of the Rings now. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go to the polls. This has ended up being one of the most random but also really enjoyable streams we've had in a long time. I'm having fun. I'm feeling good. Hope you are too. Can we talk about Cocaine Bear? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so looks like 50% of you don't want to talk about Lord of the Rings, but it doesn't matter what you want because we're going to talk about Lord of the Rings. So yesterday, it was announced that they're making more Lord of the Rings movies. They're making more Lord of the Rings movies. Now, my initial reaction to this was like, I don't know about that. You know, and I think a lot of you guys are feeling that same way where you're like, dude, this feels like a pretty corporate move. This feels like, oh, let's, you see that old dead horse in there? It could use a beating. But Nerd of the Rings and I were chatting a little bit on Twitter and in the DMs. And it seems like this could actually be really, really good and likely to be, hopefully, much better than Rings of Power. Which, I mean, there's, I'm sure there are some people that really, really enjoy Rings of Power. But I think by and large, even the most, forgiving and hardcore Tolkien fans kind of, feel like there was a lot that didn't work for them. Nerd of the Rings himself said the show really didn't do it for him. He has it lower than the Hobbit movies. He did an hour-long review about it. And, of course, he covered the show and talked a lot about it. But, even he's like, nah. Right? So check this shit out, dude. Warner Brothers and Embracer have kept us in the loop every step of the way. The Oscar-winning trio said. This would be Peter Jackson, Fran Walsh, and Boyens. We look forward to speaking with them further to hear their vision for the franchise moving forward. And all they gotta do is bring Peter Jackson back in some way, shape, or form. Producer, executive producer, creative executives, whatever. Right? That's all they got to do, and I think we could potentially be in a place where whatever these next movies are, which I think would end up being continuations of maybe the Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings stuff, which is basically the story of Lord of the Rings, could be cool. Could be cool. I'm kind of into it. I'm going to try to keep an open mind with it. I love Lord of the Rings. I especially love the Peter Jackson stuff. I find it to be absolutely phenomenal. So, big time hoping that we get some good stuff. Okay. Are we going to get in? Do you guys want to get into the leaks now? And by the way, I'm trying to shout out to the Geeky Cast because I'm trying to use. He's got this big tweet thread thing that has all of these leaks on them. And essentially, guys, and I'm going to need help from the chat here, guys. There's a ton of leaks out there. New leaks about, basically everything. There's new leaks about Spider-Man. There's new leaks about Daredevil. There's new leaks about Venom 3. There's leaks about Guardians 3. There's leaks about the Marvels. There's leaks about Thunderbolts. There's leaks. Dude, it's Leak City. Okay? It's all about, trying to figure out what's real and what's not. There's leaks for Deadpool. So, where to begin? Did I see Paul go off on Universal? Yeah, absolutely. Stop saying leak. I need to poop. Leak. You will poop your pants. You will poop your pants. You will poop your pants. Somebody probably just came into the chat and they're like, what the fuck is going on? This guy's just saying, you will poop your pants? How many people are watching this motherfucker say you will poop your pants? Anyway, okay. Here we go. Let's get into some of these leakages. I should say, Will Mo, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. Okay, let's get into this. Again, shout out to the Geeky Cast for keeping this all in a thread. We're hopefully going to be able to get in there and look at all of this other stuff, okay? Now, let's talk about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Again, this movie comes out pretty soon. I don't know if this is actually real or not. This is apparently coming from 4chan, which is take it with a grain of salt and a shot of penicillin, because it's 4chan and it's gross. But this account has gotten stuff right before. So here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready, chat? Here we go. Begins with Rocket's origins. His first words are hurts. Damn, dog. That's going to be really fucking sad if that's true. His first words are hurts. Oh my God. The Guardians of the Galaxy have turned nowhere into a safe haven for intergalactic refugees. That feels about right. Feels about right, especially from what we saw in the holiday special. I think that's probably going to happen. Star-Lord is still pining for Gamora, who is now leading the Ravengers. Ooh, that's a major spoiler. She's leading the Ravengers, and I actually do believe that that is the case. I've heard this from actually multiple people. Yeah, I think that's true. By the way, pining is such an interesting expression. What does that mean? Pining for someone. What does that even... I mean, I know what it means, but like, where does it come from? Pining. Pining. Say you're pining for them. The downfall leaves you pining for a true sports hero. Blah, blah, blah. But why do we say pining? Does it have anything to do with pine trees? You can certainly draw a connection to trees. After all, pine trees create sap and referred to as sap. Well, my Jesus Christ. Pining for is often associated with nostalgia, yearning for the past, perhaps simpler times. To pine doesn't seem to have anything to do with pine trees. The verb to pine has a totally different origin, different roots, and the noun tree. When the tree now... Jesus Christ. Pining, in turn, comes from German and Old Norse words referring to pain and punishment, which most believe trace back to Latin poena, which means punishment or penalty. In the Roman mythology, poena was a spirit of punishment known as poiin in Greek. It all makes good sense, for pining for someone or something is to yearn deeply, as it is to endure pain or suffering. Okay. So Loki was right. Love is a dagger in the heart, huh? Okay, so he's pining for her, blah, 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 blah. Now, next up, we have the fact that the Sovereign are going to create Adam Warlock, who ends up wiping them out in a temper tantrum. That's pretty crazy. If that's true, like, damn. That's going to be wild. So they create him, and then there'll be a scene with the Sovereign where they're trying to, like, manipulate him or, like, you know, I guess raise him or whatever. I've heard two different versions of this. I've heard that, like, one of the versions is they send him after the Guardians, or maybe he goes after the Guardians for his own purposes after destroying them. I'm not really sure. So maybe it's like, maybe he doesn't completely destroy them, but he has a temper tantrum and messes them up. I don't know. Either way, it's kind of interesting. Are you the CEO of Sexy? No, that's Babu. So either way, I think that's something like that will probably happen. I assume Warlock is going to be like, you know, a child, not really have full mental capacity. So yeah. Warlock attacks nowhere and fights the Guardians while the High Evolutionary captures Rocket. That's interesting. So the High Evolutionary himself is going to come to nowhere and capture Rocket? What do you guys think of that? Do you think that's true? So he's like going, but why would he be going after Rocket? Like, I understand, like, Rocket's one of his experiments and, like, he's gonna, you know, he's the one that created him. But why would he go after Rocket? Why wouldn't he just make another one? That seems almost uncharacteristic for the High Evolutionary. The Guardians recruit Gamora to help them rescue Rocket from Counter-Earth, whose inhabitants live under the High Evolutionary's tyranny. That I could believe. I understand it. I think it could work. Warlock pursues them, but ultimately joins the team after bonding with Mantis. I've actually heard this is true. I've heard this aspect of it is true, that Mantis will be key in like bringing Warlock into the fold, and I do think Adam Warlock will be a member of the team moving forward. Drax dies in the final battle. I think that's probably the worst kept secret ever. It's obviously Drax that dies, and yeah, it's gonna suck. I mean, I like the Drax character, so that'll be tough. Star-Lord accepts Gamora is no longer the woman he loves and lets her go. Interesting. After defeating the High Evolutionary, Gamora, Rocket, and Groot go their separate ways, while Star-Lord, Nebula, Mantis, and Cosmo and Warlock keep guarding the galaxy. So Gamora, Rocket, and Groot go bye-bye. Star-Lord, Nebula, Mantis, Cosmo, and Warlock keep guarding the galaxy. I could see this. I think this could play, and I think Gamora, Rocket, and Groot will still come back at some point for sure. But yeah, man, I could definitely see it. I mean, Gamora especially, she's probably all kinds of messed up. She's got to go find her own way. Rocket, after the course of this movie, I could see that. Maybe even Rocket and Groot go together on their separate way, which I think would be great. I like those two together. So I could see it. I could definitely see that, man. I've heard mixed things about this aspect. I think that a version of this will happen with there being a team, but with some of the members going their way, separate way. I've even heard rumors that like Star-Lord will go his separate way, but I'm not sure about that. Yeah, see this right here. So Star-Lord didn't leave the team after all. The other leak said that he did. Yeah, I've heard that too. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I don't know. I think a lot of this stuff will end up being true. I'm not 100% sure on this one. Again, coming from 4chan, I'd probably give this like a 70% accuracy kind of a thing here. You know, I think a lot of these beats will happen, but I'm just not sure they're all going to happen the way that is depicted in this leak. Overbound Game Studios gifting 5 members. Holy mother loving level mothers. I appreciate it, man. Dude, Ham Solo's now a Nerd Venger? That's crazy. What up, Ham Solo? You're a Nerd Venger now. Okay, so we gotta try to find some of the more new leaks. There's one about Venom, which actually, I think I have this one. Let me just grab this one. I think I have this in the DMs. Okay, this one is freaking awesome, dude. Oh man, do I hope this is true. I don't think that it is, but I hope it's true, yeah. Wait, why can't I like... You're telling me I can't even pull this shit up right now? That's fucking stupid. Let me see if I can find this. Venom leak. Venom 3 plot leak. Is this the one from a week ago? Aw, shit. Here it is. Aw, shit. Here it is. Now, let's read through this whole thing, and then we'll talk about whether or not we think it's real, because, yo, this could be sick. This could be sick. I'm excited. Okay, let's read the whole thing. Venom 3 plot leak. Take with a grain of salt. Preface. When I visited a filming location for Venom, Let There Be Carnage back in January 2020, I struck up a conversation with a crew member. We ended up exchanging socials. He's a big Venom fan too. We'd kept in touch on and off since the last month. He told me he was going to be working on the 3rd Venom movie. He was really cool about sharing a few insider tidbits, but the biggest one I just got from him is a draft summary of the plot. He said Kelly, Marcel, and Tom Hardy are still working on it, and this is by no means exactly what we may see in theaters, but he was cool with a little leak as long as I promised to reveal no identifying information about the source. So without further ado, and assembled from an extensive message chain, here's the potential plot for Venom 3. Are you ready? Do you have your buttholes buckled? Okay. The movie starts with Eddie and Venom returning to the Sonyverse after the events of No Way Home end credit scene, and in a similar tiki bar with a different bartender and decorations. They're still very drunk and set on finding Spider-Man, so Eddie stumbles out on his trip back to mainland United States. Meanwhile, Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker shifts into an alley in New York City after returning from the MCU. He's immediately confronted with run-of-the-mill muggers, which he remarks as classic New York, and defeats them. The victim runs off screaming for help when Spidey follows up with them, and as he exits the alley to swing around the city, he notices something. This isn't his city. And it's clear from the public's sensationalist reaction to his appearance that he's not the name brand he was in New York City. He realizes that he didn't return to his universe. Okay, so let's stop right there for a second. Cap or not? Is this cap? Let's go to the polls. Okay, so a lot of you guys don't think it's real. Now, this has to do with Andrew, obviously, right? Like, that's why most of us don't think it's real. Right? Because we don't think Andrew Garfield would do this. Come back and be a part of Venom 3. I mean, look, I think... Okay, so let's break this down. After Spider-Man No Way Home, a lot of the reports from like insiders, scoopers, and people like that were that both Spider-Man are coming back for Secret Wars, but that Andrew may well have a future in the Venomverse. There was even some rumors and discussion that maybe he'd be injected into Morbius. But obviously that didn't happen. And then there was a lot of little bits here and there. In fact, I had this tweet that went like viral as fuck, like 200,000 likes, like it was fucking bananas. And I was talking about how Andrew, and I was like quote tweeting about a different article, that Andrew likely saw Morbius and said, nah, I'm good. Like he was maybe going to work and do something with him. And then he was like, nah, I'm good. But if this movie is actually kind of incredible, and the plan is aided by Kevin Feige, I mean, I could see Andrew coming back. So let's keep going. Let's keep reading. In another, and I'm dropping the DBZ voice. In another part of town, former detective Patrick Mulligan from Let There Be Carnage, who is obviously in a bad way following the events in San Francisco and seemingly in a rut with his career and health, is woken up by his ex-wife, Gina Waters, who tells him he should be up and out, getting a new job at the department so he can afford his own place and stop crashing at hers. We're then introduced to a 17-year-old son, Bren, who's a good kid but has issues with his dysfunctional family, especially with his father. As Pat is mooching breakfast from them, he has Bren show him some sort of TikTok video Bren's apparently been observing or obsessing over all morning. Amateur footage of Spider-Man apprehending the muggers from the alley. I like this, man. Bren is an instant fan of this new hero, but Pat's distaste for the masked vigilante goes beyond that of your average hard-as-nails detective. He becomes feverish and leaves the apartment, speaking seemingly to himself about finally finding a monster, though not the one we came back for. He shuffles out on his hunt for the Spider-Man. So far, I actually like it a lot. Eventually, a Spider is getting his bearings in the new universe and wondering how he will get back to his own. He's attacked by a new formidable symbiotic threat, Toxin. Dude, I love Toxin. Super fun character from the comics. Toxin models himself as a twisted, lethal protector charged with ridding the world of monsters like Spider-Man. Spider-Man narrowly escapes the savage onslaught only to cross paths with Venom. Spidey instinctively takes the offensive against Venom, who he sees as just another alien monster similar to Toxin. And this would be really cool to get like a lot of those like lines, because Andrew said in No Way Home that he wants to fight an alien. So, you know, some lines of like, oh, dude, fighting these aliens is not as cool as I thought it would be, or something like that. And Venom, whose first impression of Spider-Man is spoiled by the circumstances and the Spider-Man's aggression, fights back. However, their battle is interrupted by Toxin, who attacks both Spidey and Venom with equal ferocity, identifying them both as monsters, especially Venom, who Toxic bears special unction against? Special unction against? What the fuck? Spidey and Venom call a truce between themselves, and again, narrowly escaping Toxin after dealing a stunning blow against him, the duo retreat underground into an abandoned subway tunnel where they explain each other's stories and come to terms with which side they're on. Venom recognizes Toxin as Carnage's spawn, but also as 1,000th generation of his symbiotic lineage, which means Toxin not only has leagues more powerful than his predecessors, owing to cumulative knowledge passed down from the hive mind, but his psychology is more malleable and receptive to influence. Venom senses that Toxin is at a critical stage in his development and that he and Spidey need to subdue the spawn to make sure that he doesn't succumb to the chaotic destruction of his parent. Also, Eddie recalls during their fight with Toxin a brief glimpse at the host within and realizes it's Detective Mulligan. Eddie resolves to find out where he's residing using his investigative journalism skills as Peter gathers supplies to build weapons to combat Toxin. Again, I'm gonna be real. I really fucking like this. Low key, this is better than both of the Venom movies. Like, if this is fake, which it probably is, then this is somebody that literally has come up with a better story than the first two Venom movies. Now, look, of course, putting Spider-Man into the movie, it's going to elevate it no matter what. But this is actually a really clever use of the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. I really like the idea of him not coming back to his home universe, potentially even because that universe was destroyed in an incursion and he just had to go somewhere else and ends up in the Venomverse. Like, dude, I like that a lot. Like, that actually works. Them, like, meeting each other in this way, utilizing Toxic to form a bond between Venom and Spider-Man, kind of cool. And I think you'd also have both the Venom symbiote and Eddie Brock, especially having had experiences watching the other Spider-Man in 616, would kind of know who Spider-Man is. And, like, it all kind of works together. It's kind of cool. Okay, so let's keep going here. Meanwhile, Pat returns to his ex's apartment completely schizophrenic and unhinged as Toxin berates Pat for being weak. Pat's moment of clarity comes as he realizes what he and Toxic did, and his morality as a former law officer makes him rebel against Toxin's crazed suggestions. As they fight in the apartment, Bren walks in on them returning home from school. Toxin jumps to Bren and takes off with his young, unwitting host to hunt down Venom and Spidey and finish the job, leaving Pat behind weakened and distraught for allowing a monster to take his son. Venom and Spidey show up at the apartment, ready to fight, only to find Pat alone. Pat informs them of what Toxin did and begrudgingly asks them to help get his son back. Venom and Spidey follow a social media lead about Toxin's whereabouts, and Pat chases after them. In the climactic battle, Pat gets caught in the crossfire and becomes gravely wounded, eliciting a reaction from Bren that disrupts Toxin's rage. This gives Spidey and Venom the opportunity they need to defeat him. Venom, calling upon the ancestral knowledge of the symbiotes, interfaces with Toxin and cleanses the symbiote of Carnage's lingering, corrupting influence. Bren emerges in combat of the fledgling symbiote spawn tearfully. He's unable to help save his dying father as his symbiote, as it has through the cleansing process, permanently bonded with Bren at the submolecular level, creating the first human symbiote hybrid. That part's a little bit weird. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, that's a little bit weird and almost feels like it's something drawn from the Donny Cates Venom stuff that they're doing right now, or maybe it's not even Donny Cates on it anymore, but like King in Black and Dylan, Brock, they're doing some stuff like that in the comics right now, so it feels like maybe the leaker just grabbed that from comics. So it's kind of weird. Pat asks Bren for forgiveness for being a terrible father, and they learn to be inspired by true heroes like Spidey have proven to be a short time in this universe. Bren tells Pat that despite everything, even his father was a hero to him. As the dust clears and the new day dawns, Spidey swears to help Bren in honor of Pat's final request, as long as he's stuck in this universe. Likewise, Venom, through disavowing himself as a good role model for Bren and Toxin, vows to help them navigate their new situation to the best of their abilities. In turn, Bren promises to make good on his father's wishes and the new power bequeathed to him. Wow, that's a word you don't hear every day. And to explore the symbiote's hive mind of knowledge to find a way to return Spidey to his universe. I like that. Spidey remarks that this one isn't so bad and that he feels like it could use a Spider-Man for a short time. In the end credit scene, Spidey and Venom follow Toxin's lead as he hunts down the monster, and he and Pat had originally come to New York City to hunt. They corner the monster, who turns out to be Jared Leto's Morbius the Living Vampire. Bro, is this all just one big got him just to get us to its fucking morbing time? Holy shit. Like, the whole thing is like this sprawling, fun, adventurous thing, only to get us to its morbing time? Okay. So, I'm going to give this one a 60% chance of being real. What do you guys think? Now, here's the other thing that's really interesting about this. We actually have set footage from Venom 3. They're rolling cameras. And I'm not saying this shit is true. But what I am saying is the timing's pretty wild. Because the way that, like, leaks and stuff like this happen, yeah, like, it would kind of make sense that certain members of the crew would have access to what the story is at around the time when this leaked. So, look, I don't know, dude. But damn, this would be cool. And I really hope, I really, really hope that it's actually true, for sure. Okay. I think there's a couple more. That I want to go over. And I think one of the... man. Let's talk about this dude. Let's talk about the Divinity Seeker. Okay? I've got a feeling. 100% on Rotten Tomatoes incoming. Let's go. Yeah, they started Principle, dude. There's actual... Tom Hardy himself shared footage. So it's shooting. The lag is crazy today. Is that really true? Anybody else in chat? Are you guys experiencing crazy lag? MODOK leaks. Anybody else experiencing lag? No? No? A little bit? No lag? Okay, so let's talk about the Divinity Seeker. I really don't know about this guy. If this guy is really a scooper, he has access to some stuff that some of the best scoopers around do not. Which kind of makes me think it's not true. But technically speaking, this person did get some stuff correct. So it's one of those weird situations. Like, do you remember when we first started talking about My Time to Shine or like Great Phase or, yo, what was that one guy? Roger Wardell? That's a deleted scene from Venom 1, Josh? No way. Is it really? That's crazy. What did he get correct? Ooh, I can't remember exactly what he got correct, but I know he got some stuff correct. It was a while ago, and I think it was for one of the shows. Yeah. I don't know. But here we go. Let's go through this. Okay, here's where some of this shit gets wild, bro. Probably the wildest bit is that Divinity Seeker is saying that the top billed lead of 2025's Fantastic Four will be Reed Richards, played by John Krasinski. I reached out to some people about this. They said it was horse shit. But here's what's kind of wild, dude. We've heard so many mixed, crazy things about the Fantastic Four casting. Some people were like, Penn Badgley is a top pick. Oh, Penn Badgley's never been in the running. Some people are saying it's Dev Patel, which like a lot of my good sources are saying it's like Dev Patel. Like I've heard Dev really mention they want to get Dev, who I think would be great. But then you've got like other weird rumors where they're like, oh no, they're going to do a person of color and it's actually going to be like, who was the dude? There was somebody they said was going to be, well, Diego Luna at one point was mentioned, right? Who else has been? I mean, they've even said Adam Driver. I believe it was Grace that said like Adam Driver was in the lead for Reed. You know? We've heard that it's even like Mila Kunis. I've even heard another Latin actress that was mentioned for it. And then just yesterday, I think what's his face? Sue Storm rumor from Jeff Snyder. So Jeff Snyder has been saying a lot of interesting things about this recently. He said they were looking for an older actress because they want Sue and Reed to have kids. And so Valeria and Franklin will probably be in the movie, according to him. And I think that's awesome. Where's the new stuff? Dakota Johnson type. Dakota Johnson type. Well, Dakota Johnson is white, unless I'm mistaken, yeah? So, like, what's the deal, dude? Is it Mila Kunis? Is it that other Latin gal? Is it fucking Dakota Johnson type? Like, what? My point is, we've got a ton of different rumors, all kinds of crazy stuff. Divinity Seeker says that John Krasinski, maybe just the vibes, but that's not how they typecast. Although, to be fair, think about this. That doesn't necessarily mean race, because the sheet for She-Hulk said Allison Brie type. and they get Tatiana Maslany. And what is the ethnicity of Tatiana Maslany, by the way? Like, is she, she's not white, is she? Hot? I'll say it like that one dude said in the show. Kind of decent. Yeah, she's not Allison Brie white. Either way. Legit, I reached out to Jeff Snyder, and he said he did not know about Krasinski thing, but kept the possibility open. Wow, that's interesting. She's She-Hulk, though. No, I know she's She-Hulk, bro. Don't remind us of She-Hulk. Isn't Mila Iranian? Maybe. Yeah, so I only bring all of that up to say that, like, I don't know that we've ever had a more confusing all over the place, like, is it this person, is it that person situation with the Fantastic Four. Also heard you're going to know and find out about it really, really soon. You know, this is kind of off. I mean, it's a little bit out there, but I was thinking, man, they have all of these rumors and possibilities. What if they're all in it? What if via the multiverse, we're going to meet all of these different variants, and so they're not just casting the Fantastic Four for 616, they're casting like a bunch of them, and they're all going to be like kind of slightly different. I don't know. It's pretty wild. Yeah. So, Divinity Seeker says it's going to be Reed Richards. He also said it's going to be a person of color for the Thing. Like that, I got to be honest, this feels a little bit like trolling. The name of the actor, I was told, has a Jewish mother. So who's a person of color with a Jewish mother that could be Ben Grimm? Anybody? Like, I don't know that kind of shit. The Rock? Drake? Dude, get the fuck out of here, dog. Drake? Drake as the Thing? Are you kidding me? It can't be. It can't be. First of all, Ben Grimm's a little bit more of like a Meek Mills. You know? Ben Grimm's a little bit more of even maybe a Kendrick. I mean, Drake can make hits, but like, Drake is soft as tissue paper. You know? Okay, wild. Wild. What else is this crazy motherfucker talking about? Let's see here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Towards the end of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, Arthur rides a giant seahorse, which he names Storm. Here's another really interesting controversial thing. He says here, Eli, Kid Loki, and America will not be a part of the MCU's Young Avengers in Kang Dynasty. Like, are we just skipping the fact that, like, apparently you're supposed to be getting the Young Avengers in the Kang Dynasty? That's really wild. I don't know about all of that. And he's talking about, okay, this was another thing. So him and Casey Walsh are apparently in some kind of a beef here. David Diggs is the actor they're implying? Really? Who's David Diggs? Who dat? This guy is Ben Grimm? Am I missing something? As Ben Grimm? I mean, I guess I've not seen him in anything, but... The fuck, bro? You know what I think? You know who I think they should get for Ben Grimm? They should throw a curveball at us. Show us? I mean, there's not much to show, bro. It's just like, I mean, I've not seen him in anything. I mean, he's just like a normal looking brother. You know? I don't know, man. I don't see it. You know who I think they should be? They should throw a fucking curveball at us and do Joey Diaz. Yeah, Joey Diaz. Joey Diaz as the Thing. Yeah. And he'd be like, listen, Doom, you cocksucker. Of course they're not going to do that shit. It would be fucking incredible. Okay, anyway, let's get into this next bit here. The Divinity Seeker and I believe it's Casey Walsh. I'm not sure. I think Casey Walsh actually finally blocked me, which I think is wild. Like, why are all these people blocking me? Like, do you guys think I deserve to be blocked by all these people? Or do you think these people are crazy? Am I a menace? Am I kind of a menace? No one likes you besides us. It's kind of true. They're tripping? It was the nude you posted? A lot of them blocked me before I posted my nudes. Someone is dirtying your name? Shit. Charles too? No, I don't think Charles blocked me, actually. I think we're good on that. Okay, so anyway, Casey Walsh and Divinity seem to be having a big argument about Viv, who is the daughter of Vision, who is said to be in Vision Quest. So, the Divinity Seeker says here, Viv will not be a part of the Young Avengers, and she will not be involved when the team gets together in Kang Dynasty. Want to know who is actually on the Young Avengers and will make his debut in the Kang Dynasty? A 16-year-old Nathaniel Richards, a Kang variant who is the moral compass of the movie and will be the key to finally bringing all of the Young Avengers together for the first time. If you don't understand the context of me denying Viv, I am disproving a certain unnamed scooper tweets about Viv being in Young Avengers. And that has to do with Casey Walsh saying that, okay? Now, another thing that's really interesting. And like, look, here's the thing. Maybe this person's completely full of shit and they're just having fun with it and like going crazy. Or maybe this person knows some stuff that even some of the best scoopers do not know about, okay? So, the Coven of Chaos Episode 9 screenplay. We did a video on this a couple of weeks ago. It's talking about how Elizabeth Olsen will be in the Coven of Chaos. Now, there are some very reliable scoopers, including My Time to Shine Hello, who's possibly like one of the most popular scoopers there are. I think it's like My Time and Daniel. They're very, very popular. So, Divinity Seeker just straight up saying here, but your favorite scooper claims she isn't an Agatha, right? As I've always said, stick with me. I only spill tea when I know it's true. There's another big scooper. Somebody in chat help me out. Another big scooper is saying that Elizabeth Olsen is in Agatha. Also, anybody who says they know for sure everything that's going on in Agatha I don't think they're accurate because they're reworking Agatha and that shit's not going to release. Like, it's not even, they don't even have a date for it. It's to be determined. So I think they're pushing it back and they're still working stuff out. But I wouldn't be surprised if Lizzie is in there. But it's like one of those things where it's like, dude, I don't know. Agatha should be canned. I agree. I don't think you need that show. I don't think you need Agatha. I don't think you need Wonder Man. I would get rid of Agatha, Echo, Wonder Man. I don't think you need those, dude. Marvel just had a meeting that an actor that deserves justice from the previous X-Men movies. This is supposed to be Liev Schreiber. Yeah. So it's kind of interesting, right? So if Divinity Seeker is to be believed, a couple of crazy things. Number one, John Krasinski is Reed Richards. Wow, what a roller coaster ride we've been on with that one. That would be nuts. You will see Wanda and Agatha, Coven of Chaos. You're going to get possibly a person of color for The Thing. And there's going to be a young Nathaniel Richards in the Kang Dynasty that brings the Young Avengers together. Kind of interesting, man. Kind of interesting. I'm mad skeptical of this person. I'm going to give this like a 30%. I'm going to give Divinity Seeker a 30% chance of actually being true and correct. But I'm open to being wrong. I would love for there to be another big scooper on the scene that has like access to info that other people don't. Let's keep going here. Oh, this one's kind of fun. So this is from the Cosmic Circus. Alex Perez, who I think is fantastic, has really, really good sources. The only problem with Alex is that I think sometimes he states speculation as fact, or he'll sometimes state speculation as something he knows is fact, but he can't talk about. And so it's kind of tricky. You got to really hone in on what he's actually saying. Do the Daredevil leaks? Yeah, where are those at? Can somebody find the Daredevil leaks and send them to me, and we'll go over those too. So he's talking about Holland, Maguire, and Garfield all being in Across the Spider-Verse. So Jeff Snyder just said yesterday that he heard the reason Across the Spider-Verse was delayed was to get Tom Holland in there. And what I think that means is likely that Holland wasn't ready to actually like sign the contract or fully commit to this big thing. So they had to push the movie till Sony and Marvel figured their shit out. And then like they got it and they got him in. Yeah, we talked about Lord of the Rings. Everybody in chat got all mad at me and didn't want me to talk about it. Robert Downey Jr. is being approached by Marvels to reprise his role in Iron Man and Secret Wars after Ironheart's failure to appeal to audiences. I mean, that's not tip. I don't think that's true. I think he's going to be in there, but it has nothing to do with Ironheart. Eternals 2 will reportedly focus on Judgment Day. I think that comes from My Time to Shine. Hello. The Watcher's talking about how incursions are in the Marvels. There's some of these other things here. Not Hulkling. We got to get to like some of the more recent stuff. This is just a gigantic freaking thread. Outback seems kind of nice, I'm going to be honest. Oh, Zoe, I hear you. Oh, okay, so he blocked you. I get it. Multiple TVMA projects. Yeah, MCU updates is super fake. Yo, where's the Deadpool or Daredevil leaks? Let me see here. Daredevil Born Again leaks. Didn't these just come out like really recently? Where's this? That's not it. I think it was on 4chan. Come on, I know there was leaks. I heard people talking about them. Anybody got it in chat? Send it to me on Discord or something like that. Or the tweeters. Is Geeky in here, dude? Geeky, are you in here? Do I need to go to the top of this to get the most recent stuff? No, that's from 2022. Eric Bana Hulk will not return. Interesting. Anybody got this leak, dude? Oh, yeah, we can talk about that. The Walking Dead guy. So I don't think that's... I do not actually think that he's going to be Sentry. He could be Sentry. Send it to me on Twitter? Okay, I'll check it out. I don't see it yet, bro. Or did you tag me in it? Can you send it to me in the DMs? Oh, I just got a new message. Ah, here we go. Here we go, guys. Okay, here we go. Here we go. What if this shit ends up being true, man? This is wild. This is wild. Are you all still with me? Are we still having a good time? Should we go through all this stuff? We're going to do the Prime stream at 2, guys. Prime stream at 2. You guys having a good time? Are you guys still having a good time over there? Having the best time? That's right. Okay, we're having a good time. Okay. Here we go. In the 1920s, Blade fights a secret society of vampires in New Orleans. I kind of like that. And I think there were some other people talking about how even with the rewrites, they are still going to have the 1920s and still going to be back in the day with Blade, which I actually like. I think it would be cool. Delroy Lindo plays Blade's mentor, blind vampire hunter Jamal Afari. That's kind of interesting. That could be cool. Millen Ray plays Zora, a young daywalker targeted by the secret society. Another daywalker? I don't know if I like that. Aaron Pierce and Joshua McKell are cast in undisclosed roles. Deacon Frost is reportedly the main villain. PG-13 with a very dark and gritty tone. That would be kind of interesting to bring Deacon Frost back. The most vague statement ever. Hate it. Whose day? Here's the thing. Low to line 74. Shut your goddamn mouth. PG-13, but with very dark and gritty tone. Okay, I could live with that. I could live with that. What do you guys think? What percentage do you guys think? You think this is real? I knew it! You knew what? A surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one. You know I speak truth. I don't. Just slice a lot of vampires. It seems real enough. Yeah, this could definitely work, man. I like Deacon. I like it being in the 1920s. I'm not crazy about another Daywalker. Like, let's not do the random new female character has interesting aspect from established male character. Like, can we stop doing that? Like, can we just stop doing that? Other than that, though, it seems cool. Super vague, but it seems fun. All right, let's get into Daredevil. Daredevil battles the Kingpin again when he decides to run for mayor of New York. This is pretty well established. I think a lot of us think this is true. Eldon Henson is rumored to return as Foggy Nelson. Seems right. Kristen Ritter rumored to return as Jessica Jones, who is searching for Kilgrave's illegitimate children who have inherited his powers. I think that's true. I think that's actually true. And that was in some other leaks as well. Kind of interesting. John Bernthal, rumored to return as Punisher, who disappears while investigating a Chinese crime syndicate and Daredevil must find him. Also heard that was true. Interesting. Deborah Ann Wolfe and Alit Zur are not expected to return as Karen Page and Vanessa Fisk. That's a shame, but it is what it is. Margarita Levierva plays Daredevil's new love interest. That's interesting. Sandrine Holt plays Kingpin's new love interest. Makes sense. Michael Gandolfini, rumored to play Kingpin's illegitimate son, Butch Harris. Colleen Woodell, rumored to play Lawrence Cranston, Mr. Fear, Matt Murdock's old friend who is secretly a criminal armed with a fear toxin. Interesting. Nikki M. James, rumored to play Ellen King, a prosecutor who often goes against Murdoch in court. 18 episodes with several cases of the week in between the overarching story, including the Jessica Jones and Punisher mini arcs. Seems reasonable enough. Not really like giving away too much. Could also just be like gathering a bunch of info. I don't know. Some of these castings seem rather specific though. So I don't know. Interesting. Could be real. Do you want to do some more? I'm going to give this like, I don't know, 60%. I'll give that like a 60%. Do you guys want to do a couple more? Should we do a couple more? Let's do a couple more. Then we'll do Q&A, and then we're probably going to get out of here. Unfortunately, no call-ins today, guys. We'll do call-ins again next week. But I'm like, I can't believe we've been, like, it's almost 2 hours. And we've just, yeah, it's crazy. Can I drop some coin? I keep losing. Sure, I'll drop some coin. But I heard y'all were getting all the coin anyways. So look, 6,000 nerd coin. 2 I love you 3,000s. There you go. Should we do a couple more? All right, let's check it out. These are all 4chan ones, so they're like really fucking random. But sometimes 4chan's right. Like, it's wild. Okay, we'll talk Deadpool 3 first. Deadpool uses time travel to save Wolverine before his death in 2029. And they end up lost in the multiverse while being chased by TVA agent Mobius. Several actors from the Fox Marvel films, including Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, James Marsden, Famke Jensen, and Ion Goufard, are going to be in there. Emma Corrin plays the main villain. When was this posted? Tuesday. $221. Well, that's like 3 days ago. We already knew that Emma Corrin was the main villain. So that's what I mean. Like, these 4chan people, you never really know, bro. Like, are they just grabbing up a bunch of stuff? Because that was already out there. Right? Leads directly into Avengers Kang Dynasty. That was already out there as well. So I just don't know about this. And also, like, there's literally nothing new in this movie or in this leak other than the fact that they're saying that he's going to go try to save Wolverine before his death in 2029, but ends up getting lost in the multiverse. It's possible. It's possible. If anything, this is like a pretty accurate depiction of like a lot of where the current rumors are at. Yeah, I know. Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four come from the 1960s and return to Earth 616 after decades exploring the multiverse. Reed and Sue are married and have Franklin and Valeria. Doctor Doom will appear in a supporting role, but won't be the main villain. Kang will have a pivotal role, but might not be the main villain. Galactus and Silver Surfer rumored to appear. Again, this is mostly stuff that comes from other people. You know what I mean? Like, this is all stuff. Dude, is there a Quantum Mania pitch meeting out? Is that real talk? C-Dub? Is that real? Is it out? Whoo! So we're gonna have to watch that. Oh shit! Okay, that's up next. Okay, here we go. Spider-Man 4. Spider-Man and Daredevil join forces to fight the Kingpin. Peter reunites with MJ, and she ultimately regains her memories. Massive L. Peter befriends his neighbor, Miles Morales. Sounds cool. Ned, Flash, and Jameson expected to return. Black Cat rumored to appear. Bro, this shit's fake as fuck. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, dude. Now, let's watch. Here we go. Dude. Oh my God. Let's go. Let's go.
So, you have a new Ant-Man movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. Oh boy, we gotta make this good, because this is gonna be the kickoff for Phase 5. Yeah. So it's gotta live up to Phase 4, which a lot of people are saying was the most exciting phase yet. Well. So I figure we make this one take place in the quantum realm. That's where small things are. Very small things, sir, and we're gonna have a ton of excitement in this one. Sick! Oh yes, sir, tons of helmet removals. Don't you worry about that, there's gonna be a lot. What? Helmet removals, sirs. Characters are gonna take their helmets off dramatically, a shocking number of times. Why? Because that's the coolest thing a person could do. Is it? Oh yeah, check this out, sir. Oh my God! Right? Do that again. Do that again. Do that again. Do that again. All right, this is gonna be a good movie. Anyway, so Scott's daughter Cassie is older now, and she's built this machine that can send a signal down to the quantum realm. Right. But Janet is like, "Whoa, you can't be doing that. The quantum realm is dangerous. You can't stop doing that." Wasn't she messing around with quantum stuff with them at the end of the last movie? Hey, shut up! And so suddenly this machine goes nuts, and they all.
Yo, great point. How did I not think of that? She was literally helping them go into the quantum realm. Fuck this movie, bro. Fuck. Holy shit.
All get sucked down in the quantum realm. Oh my God! Like they go into it. Oh, okay. So wait, what's Janet afraid of down there? Well, see, she met this guy Kang down there, and she helped him repair this ship of his. Okay. But when they have it all fixed up, and she touches the ship, it gives her all these visions of Kang conquering and murdering people. Kind of a weird feature for a ship to have. So then she decided to mess up his ship's power core to make him stuck down there, and she's afraid he could get out. Also, why were they even messing with that stuff? I mean, she must have told them about Kang down there. Well, no, she kept that to herself. Oh, she did? Yeah, in fact, she doesn't tell them until much later in the movie when they've been down there for a while. Why? So the movie can happen. Oh, okay, gotcha. So anyway, they get separated down there, and Scott and Cassie get captured by some quantum people that live down there. Uh-oh. And so they go up to Scott like, "Are you a spy?" And Cassie's like, "No, he's not a spy. He's my dad." So they're like, "Oh, okay." How does that prove anything? Why couldn't they both be spies? Unclear. And so these folks are scared of Kang because he's been conquering everything. So Cassie's like, "Dad, we gotta stay and help these people." Shouldn't they find their family first? Yeah, but she wants to help because that's her one character trait, and so she gives her dad
That is literally her one character trait, and it's so fucking annoying, dude. It is so annoying. These people need help. They matter too and shit. It's like, shut the fuck up.
That these could be cannibals or something. They don't know anything about them. Yeah, anyway, then they get attacked, so these people are like, "Hey, you led them right to us." Didn't they capture them and bring them there? They did, yeah, and then Scott and Cassie are gonna get attacked by MODOK. Oh, MODOK, huh? What's his deal? Well, turns out he's Darren Cross. Hey, who is that? Darren Cross. He was, the generic bad guy from the first movie. He's from the first movie. Yeah, he is. So when he got sent down to the quantum realm at the end of the first movie, he got all messed up, and we're gonna see his tiny little butt. What? And Kang turned him into this killing machine called MODOK. And what's he like?
Real talk. What the fuck was that? his tiny little butt, dude. Like, seriously. And the movie already had me my eyes were rolling. I was like, oh, this is fucking. And it was like to the point where we got that. I was like, oh, okay, they're doing that. God damn, dude. God damn.
Like, well, his head's all stretched out weird like this. Oh, my God, how did you do that? I've been doing Pilates. Oh, okay. So anyway, meanwhile, Janet, Hope, and Hank are trying to track down this guy
how did that
Janet
look
used
better
to know down in the quantum realm. Who's
MODOK?
this guy? Well, his name is Krylar, and we're going to find out they had a little romantic thing going when she used to live down there. Oh, quantum infidelity is tight. And so this guy used to be a good guy, but now he's a bad guy. Oh, no. Yeah, so they steal his ship and escape. Very exciting. And so then Scott is going to meet Kang, and Kang is going to be like, hey, help me retrieve my ship's core or I'll kill your daughter and make you relive it over and over. Oh my God. So Scott's like, geez, okay, I'll do it. He doesn't like how that sounds. He doesn't know. So then he is gonna do what Kang asked. Uh-oh. And so then Scott's gonna turn into Giant Man and stomp around yelling, our word is our bond. Kind of a strange strategy, but yeah, that might help.
Yo, seriously though, like that part really bugged me too, where he's like, our word is our bond. It's like, dude, what is this fucking writing? To be honest. In that scene, like, it's horrible, dude. It's horrible.
And Cassie's also going to help start an uprising with those quantum people from earlier in the movie. All right, I don't feel like I know those characters, and I'm not super emotionally invested. And this guy with a yellow beam thing for a head is going to die. Oh no, guy with a yellow beam thing for a head. And Cassie's also going to have to fight MODOK and try to convince him to join their side. Well, it's going to be hard to convince such a bad guy to help out. Actually, it's going to be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, she's going to be like, don't be a dick. And so, you know, that works immediately. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Wow. And then Hank shows up with some super evolved ants, and they beat the crap out of Kang. Very violent insects. So then the good guys are gonna be going home through a portal, but then Kang's gonna pop out again and start beating the crap out of Scott. Oh no. Yeah, and Hope's gonna pop back in to help out, and the portal's gonna close behind her. Oh yeah, Hope. I forgot she was in this. Me too, sir. So then they manage to defeat Kang, and maybe he's dead, you know, maybe. Wow, so they're stuck in the quantum realm, huh? They sacrifice themselves? Ah, no, the portal can just reopen, so they go home. Oh. Okay, I thought there would be some consequences.
So fucking stupid. Like,
or something. I mean, it has consequences, sir. The guy with the yellow beam thing for a head died. That is a good point. Yeah, you're right. And so that's about it. What do you think? Well, I mean, Kang is supposed to be the next big bad guy, right? And so far we've seen him get killed in Loki, and in this one he gets beat up by a bunch of bugs. Yeah, well, there's going to be a post-credit scene of a bunch of him in a bunch of different costumes. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. That is threatening and not hilarious in any way. Great. I think people are really going to like this. Me too.
Oh, jeez. It's trash, dude. I'm sorry. I know that some of you like it. It is so bad. It is. It's kind of fucking unbelievable, to be honest. Like. It's shocking that the movie, in the state that it's in, was allowed to come out. You know, there's been even more stuff about it recently where, like, people were saying about the visual effects stuff. So this is kind of interesting. They diverted visual effects teams from Ant-Man because basically, like, they outsource a lot of their visual effects. They work with a lot of visual effects houses. So there were a bunch of those teams that got taken off Quantumania and worked on Wakanda Forever. Which, look, I understand wanting to make sure that Wakanda Forever is incredible. I mean, it's a really important movie. It holds a lot of emotional weight, you know, because of Chad and just in general what that franchise means to so many people. I get it. But I'm sorry. What about all this shit about, like, Quantumania being this incredibly important movie? The Avengers returning. all these different things. Like, you know what it feels like? It feels like that scene in Robot Chicken where, like, somebody's I think they're explaining the plot to, like, Luke Skywalker or something. It's like one of those scenes, and he's like, dude, if you're not going to take this seriously, neither am I. You know? And, dude, some people were even saying that the reason that there's no really cool action scenes in Quantumania is because the visual effects for them were not done. And so, like, they literally, guys, like a week before it went to actually be sent to the theaters, they were literally like, we need to just make it function as best we can and then get it out. So the reason it's so poorly edited is because there are so many shots that were just literally not of a visual fidelity to come out. And, like, look, I'm like one of the biggest Marvel simps there are. I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I think Kevin Feige, he's brilliant. But I frankly don't understand what just happened. Like, I just don't. Like, I don't see, there's, like, no world. Like, this is the same guy that would release the Infinity War trailer at Comic-Con, but make us all wait 9 months for it to come out on the internet because he didn't want fans to see the unfinished version of it and to think it wasn't that good. And now we're putting out actual $200 million blockbuster movies that are not even, like, you could say, like, you enjoyed it, and honestly, that's cool. Like, I'm glad, and it seems like a lot of fans enjoyed it, but it is literally not a finished product. And there's not DLC. Now, I do wonder, are they going to alter this movie on Disney Plus? Because they did that with Love and Thunder. They altered some of the effects on it. I think it looks fucking worse, frankly, with Love and Thunder. But, like, Quantumania for me was like oh, bro, like, this shit is broken. Like, the process over there is broken. And I think they need, like, they need to slow down. They need to slow way down. This just can't happen again, dude. Like, I'm sorry. It just can't happen again. I'm embarrassed as a Marvel fan of what, like, Quantumania is. Like, I've got like a bunch of IRL friends and stuff like that too. And oftentimes I'll tell them or ask them or talk to them about, like, are you going to see this Marvel movie or whatnot, second and the third. I haven't even brought up Quantumania to them. I don't even want them to see it. You know, like, I think it's that bad, dude. Like, I fucking hate that movie. And I'm really sad that we're at where we're at. Anyways, moving on to positive things and having a good Friday. Let's get in to the Q&A. Let's do this damn Q&A. Let's hang out together. And let's move right along. Let's move right along. Anyway. Scroll all the way to the top. Jose, you are a Nerdvenger. Welcome to the Nerdvengers, my friend. Juan says, yo, Papa Josh, enjoying the content. I'm very particular of who I give money to, so keep it up, bruh. The raging is always hilariously done. Take my money. Hey, I appreciate it, man. And he followed up and said, as a father of 2 Rugrats, here you go. For the diapers and wipes, shoot, whatever the kids need. God bless, brother. Hey, thanks, man. I really appreciate the support, and I hope you're doing well with your kiddos also. Ben says with a 10 spot, Josh, Burger King breakfast? Really? We need you around for a long time. Don't you know fast food is basically poison, bro? Happy Friday. Stay healthy. Nutrition is more important than exercise. Yeah, nutrition's really important, man. I get it. And yeah, I mean, fast food is definitely not good for you. Like, there's no way around it. It's not that great for you. But I think, and this is just my take on it, I think even a lot of foods that people consider to be healthy are probably only like 20% better than even fast food. You know, low key, if you really, really want to get like really deep on it, the entire fucking planet is actually missing a lot of nutrition. There's some really interesting kind of studies on how nutrition, even in just our basic food, whether it's meat, whether it's vegetables, that the nutritional value that like is bioavailable to us is just way less than it was even 50 years ago. And it's actually kind of an interesting, scary prospect. But you know what, man? I'm not gonna be that guy. I was that guy for a long time. I was a pescatarian. Just take the L, bro. No, fuck you, Daniel. You're really making excuses for fast food? I am. In fact, let me get the soapbox out. That's it. You've done this to yourself, guys. Here we go. I was a pescatarian and like literally a health nut for like 7 years of my life. I am no longer going to spend any energy worrying about whether or not I'm eating all of the right types of kale and spinach and getting the macro, micro nutrients, all this, that, second, and the third bullshit. Give me the fucking chicken wings. Give me a quarter pounder with cheese every once in a while. I feel a little bit like Woody Allen when he said, if I have to eat 7 servings of fruits and vegetables to be alive, then I don't want to be alive. Okay, anyway. Thanks for the health advice. I know you're probably just looking out for me. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much, man. SMB says, will the final battle of Secret Wars be able to function properly with all the teams involved? Endgame had a similar problem. Big 3 versus Thanos, greater than the finale. Well, it's certainly a challenge. It's certainly a challenge. I think it could work, though, especially considering the powers that the Beyonder Kang has. And if they do it right in Secret Wars and they have like a bunch of villains that you're also fighting against, you could have like villains and heroes and like all of them fighting together. I think it could work, but it's certainly a challenge. Absolutely. So Jeet says, morning, Josh. Let's get it. Been a few weeks since I've been able to catch you live while at work. Let's go. Well, I hope you had a good time in the street, man. James Burke says, hi, Josh. I'll be going to university next year. It's causing me a bit of stress growing up so quickly. So much responsibility. Any tips you have for me? Whew, that's a tough one. 2 things. First thing, I want you to do a little Googling, okay? And I want you to look up a band called MXPX. Anybody in the chat know about MXPX? Throw a 1 into the chat. And they have a song about responsibility. And you should jam that a little bit. And the thing about growing up too fast and responsibility and all that kind of stuff is that I think there's a version or a portion of that yeah, you're going to have to accept and you're going to have to do. But you can find ways to still have that childlike excitement about things. And I think I personally think following like your bliss and following things that make you happy, no matter what that is always like positive. So you've got to try to figure out a way to like do the unsexy stuff, because there's always going to be unsexy stuff with life. But then you got to figure out how to have fun as well. So rock some MXPX, but also handle your shit. Brendan says, lost my 10K already. Fuck you, Streamlabs. I'm sorry, man. Look, you're gambling. You know, you're all basically supposed to lose. John Shaw says, what are these leaks? It doesn't matter what the leaks are. Appreciate you, man. Let's see here. Caleb says, weekly reminder to watch One Piece. Hell yeah. Again, thanks everybody who did the 5 gifted, man. You guys are so generous. I appreciate it. Elijah says, next week Josh is going to notice his past 2 weeks of live streams and hardcore face palm. It will be a great clip. Wait, what? What? What's been going on with the live streams? Is there something going on that I don't even know about? Okay. Silk Demon says, I just worked a 12-hour overnighter, chilling for the stream, then crashing before I have to do the same again tonight. I'm so hyped for Mando, but more for return of Johnny Bones Jones, if I'm honest. Yeah, that's going to be a good fight, man. I think it's going to be a really good fight. It should be fun. And, dude, I remember those days. I'm sure you'll get through it, though, man. Appreciate the love. John Shaw says, Jackie Treehorn treats objects like women. Man, love you. Josh, hope you had a great week. On to the weekend. Thanks, brother. Jackie Treehorn. That's like one of my favorite parts of The Big Lebowski, when he does the like paper thing and he sees that the guy just drew like a big penis and he thought it was like a significant thing. That shit was funny. Andre says, I don't know what to say, but show me them guns, baby. I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. JB, thanks again for the gifting. XA says, when will you do a tier list stream? How we make them? You got to go to, there's a tier maker. I think it's like tiermaker.com. And I don't know, maybe we'll do that sometime next week. King James, with a member for 24 months, says, Josh, got me a shiny new badge. Just wanted to say thank you for the content. Take my money. Oh, wait, this is a free chat. True. But still, thank you. Rexadex says, it's definitely still a good movie, but glad to know I'm not the only one who felt like Thor 4 made Thor 3 less enjoyable. Yeah. Sajid says, I genuinely do not understand how people hate Multiverse of Madness. Me neither, dude. Seems like a bunch of bull crap to me. John White says, remember when the CCP wanted No Way Home early and Disney said, no way, Holmes? Rare dub. Kevbot says, only issue I have with No Way Home was that they reused scenes with the old villains from their OG films. What? I don't even remember that. D Murdoch says, Infinity War / No Way Home Winter Soldier all tied equal best. Love and Thunder / Ant-Man 3 worst. Age of Ultron underrated. Thor Ragnarok overrated. I like that list, man. Hating on No Way Home 2, people just trying to be different, says Sajid. Maybe that's true. Larold says, Avengers Forever storyline for Kang Dynasty. I think some of that will be in the Kang Dynasty for sure. Leon says, back here again to say Multiverse of Madness is 5 out of 10 mid as hell. I don't care what you say. Fight me, Papa Nerd, fight me. No Way Home is S tier. What the fuck? Do I have to do like a whole should I do an hour-long video explaining why Multiverse of Madness is absolutely incredible and talk about every single thing that people bring up and say that is wrong about the movie and debunk it in a totally savage way? Okay. We'll see. I'm kind of busy, but we'll see. Matthew says, The Eternals is by far the worst movie. I turned it off in the first 15 minutes. Well, then you don't know if it's that bad, bro. I'm sorry. Like that's a weird statement. Vito says, people sleep on Shang-Chi. It's top tier. I agree. XA says, love Shang-Chi. Wish it was more like IP Man. Yeah, the fighting could have been a little bit better, but it's still a really good movie. D Murdoch says, Shang-Chi and Age of Ultron underrated. I agree with you. Jose says, third eye has been opened, Nerd Vengers. And that's your first ever super chat. I really appreciate the love, man. Thank you. Mike Jones says, Marvel must bring back McFeely, Marcus, and the Russo brothers immediately. The MCU ship is currently at a dangerous list and very close to capsizing. I agree that I think we're on hella shaky ground. But at the same time, like, Marvel is so interesting because I think Marvel is uniquely positioned to handle some of these turds. Like, because is it really going to affect it all that much? Like, are we all going to, especially when we start ramping up, like, everybody's going to go see Deadpool 3. Everybody's going to go see Spider-Man 4. Everybody's going to go see Kang, Dynasty, and Secret Wars. So in some ways, they're, like, uniquely positioned that they can handle this. But, like, I, just as a fan, like, I'm kind of sick of, like, you know, having this conversation and being like, yeah, but, or like, it's gonna be fine. Like, I'd much rather be like, oh, dude, haters, eat your heart out. Like, this shit's killing it. You know, I'd much rather be at that place. And I know things ebb and flow, you know, and it's probably gonna be fine, but man, it's just so wild. Quantumania is still really shocking to me. It's truly shocking that movie was released in that state. Brian says 2008 Hulk and Age of Ultron underrated. I agree. Ryan says Winter Soldier is a masterpiece. Age of Ultron was really good also. I agree. Stewart says Phase 1 is the reason we are all here and fans. Super underrated. 100% agree with that, brother. Life Brick says, Josh, what are a couple of movies, non-Star Wars or comic books, that you walked out of the theater and went, what the fuck did I just watch? Yo, I'm curious what you guys think about this, but I walked out of Gareth Edwards' Godzilla movie. that first Godzilla movie, I literally walked out of. I hated that movie, dude. I hated it so bad. I'm trying to think of other ones that I thought were just absolute trash. I can't really think of any. Yeah, 2014 Godzilla. Oh, I hated it. Yeah, the Cranston one, yep. And the thing is, I knew the Green Knight. I was going to bring up the Green Knight. I actually liked the Green Knight, but Elisa really didn't like it. So, like, when I was watching that Godzilla movie, like, I knew what they were doing. They were going to save it all for the last fight. And, like, I was just sick of, like, staring at this massive screen and having to watch Godzilla on, like, a little TV screen or a cell phone screen. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here, dude? I hated it. And, you know, right, like, even before, I also thought the acting was horrible. And then before we get to that final fight, I was like, I don't even care. And I literally got up and walked up. I was like, I don't even care. Finally saw Quantumania. Loved Majors as Kang. I think the biggest issue for me is it's a Fantastic Four movie with Ant-Man as the lead instead of the Fantastic Four. Well, if that's your biggest issue with it, then you probably like it. You know what I mean? You probably like it way more than I do. Leon says, I used to live by the school Peter goes to. It's my old neighborhood in Queens. Yo, that's sick, dude. Comics Man says, Cap Trilogy is the best in the MCU. I would agree with that. The Exodus says, I think Julian McMahon's Doom has a legit shot of stealing Kang's power. He did it to the Silver Surfer in the 2007 movie. Maybe past is precursor. That would be pretty cool. I can't imagine them doing something where a villain would take the shine away from Kang. Like, I just can't imagine them doing that. But at the same time, they're literally, like, hurting Kang just in what they're actually writing for him. Like, it's, I don't know, bro. It's just a weird spot right now with Kang. Brandon says, no Cap, thought you were like 5'8", 130 pounds, bro. Yeah, I know. A lot. Look, I mean, what do you want? You guys see me like this all the time. You know what I mean? In videos, you don't really see me much at all. You know, it is what it is. And plus, I usually like to keep that low key anyways. You know what I mean? But, yeah. Hey, I told you, I've been working hard, bro. In the gym, I've been working hard. And honestly, the physique's out of control. And I'm literally just getting started too. Which is kind of why I want to take, like, all the steroids. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine if I was enhanced? Like, it would be fucking... Yeah. Biggest problem with Captain Marvel was expectations. Making Skrulls good guys was not the move. Yeah, I kind of agree. Mr. J. Westman said, the best thing about Multiverse of Madness was Wanda being a thought. I'm going to... stream over. Guy from King's Highway says, rewatch Multiverse of Madness last night. So good, it's perfection. Stream back on. Let's go. Mr. J. Westman says, you don't say that. Anthony Carter says, Ragnarok is the best. It's not overrated. I watch it every day. What? You watch it every day? And you don't ever say that. You hear me? You don't say that. Is this like a comfort movie for you, bro? Like, what? You can't, like, what? What do you... You watch it every day. Okay. Dan the Man says, number one, Multiverse of Madness is the MVP of Phase 4. Fight me. Scott is in a different timeline. Steve Yen as Radioactive Man or Sentry. 4, who stays and goes after Secret Wars? That's a great question. I don't know. I'm really interested. I mean, look, at this point, I'm really lobbying for Robert Downey Jr. to come back permanently. And if that happens, I mean, I'd be pretty happy with almost anything else that happened. But, yeah, did you guys know that Jon Favreau he thought it was a massive mistake to kill Tony? Like, Jon Favreau was, like, against that. Somebody just won 100K? The fuck? Really? Okay, Lord Vito says, can we talk about Cocaine Bear? Guys, I'm thinking about going to see Cocaine Bear. But here's the thing. I think Cocaine Bear's going to be really scary. Like a lot of jump cuts and like slasher type scenes. I think it's going to be scary. Don't be a gigantic puss. Roger that. Yeah, it's like I want to see it, but I don't want to be scared. You know what I mean? Do you think I should go see it? If you think I should see it, throw a 1 into the chat. If you think I should check it out. We'll see. Look at all the fucking ones. All right, I think we're going to go see it tomorrow. Vito says, can we talk about Cocaine Bear? Hell yeah, man, we just did. Chris Listenfeld says, we rocking that Big Dad energy today. Were you there when that guy was in Doc's thing? And it was like this little kid, and his name was Big Dad Energy. And it was a riot. Overbound Game Studio says, do you think there is an exception to the Mando Creed that will allow Din to remove his helmet? And do you think Din and Bo could smash and become Don Djarin and rule Mandalore as a power couple? That would be interesting if they did it together and became the power couple. I'd like that idea. I'm not against that idea. And I think it's possible that the Mando helmet thing will go away. I do. I'm curious if it'll happen at the end of this season or not, but I think it's possible that could be going away. Will Mo, again, welcome back to the Nerd Adventures. MIA Sports Bro says, people's issue with Multiverse of Madness is how Wanda went dark AF and how the Illuminati were handled. The movie was very weird for people. WandaVision is a must-watch. The Illuminati stuff I get. Wanda, I'll just never understand people with that. Because it just feels so weird. Like, what are you talking about? You're talking about... that's not a problem with the movie. It's a problem with WandaVision, if anything. But Wanda is literally a villain when we first meet her. She was created by Hydra. When I watched WandaVision, and when I watched the finale of WandaVision, I thought to myself, yeah, this bitch is still evil as fuck. She didn't learn shit. That was my takeaway. I was like, what is she talking about? 1 minute she's corrupting them all, then the next, keeping them all. Then she's like, oh, I care about them. Wait, no, I don't care about them. I have to keep the hex up because of my fake ass family that I'm just going to go destroy anyways. She was about to destroy Vision without even saying goodbye. It was Vision that turns on the light and says he wanted to see her one last time. I don't know what this idea is you guys have of Wanda, but that's not her. That's not her. She's always been twisted, dude. So, you're wrong. John Shaw says, best guess, Rocket was his best and he needs to do DNA. What? I must be missing what that's about, brother. Overbound Game Studio says, oh, no, he gifted 5. Appreciate that. Old Head Mike says, I'm late, but Civil War, better than everything. Action comedy, political intrigue, internal conflict, and emotion at the end. Dude, Winter Soldier was amazing, too. Cap Trilogy is god tier for lame character. Yeah, no, 100% on that. I think Civil War is a great movie. Civil War is an absolutely incredible movie. Appreciate the love, man. D. Murdoch says, I see the name Andrew Garfield. Let's go. Oh, hell yeah, man. Chipawee says, Steven Yeun in Thunderbolts. Who do you think he is? My guess right now is Amadeus Cho. That's who I think he'll be. Amadeus Cho. And maybe even Hulk out. Who knows? Mikkel says, when are you going to snap? When are we going to snap it up? Soon. Soon, my guy. D. Murdoch says, I feel like it's Cap, but this Venom leak looks dope. Bro, we got morbed. Yeah, we did kind of get morged. Science says, who do you think the villain for Kang Dynasty will be? The Council of Kangs from post-credit scene, or will Kang that died be revealed to still be alive? I think it's going to be the Council of Kang. More of that will be in the big video that's going to drop tomorrow about Kang. It's a juicy one. I think you'll dig it. Mila Kunis is Russian or Eastern European. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's interesting. Christian says Jack Black is Ben Grimm. I'm kind of about it. Dark Dragon says Jonathan Hickman coming back is hype. Also, I am excited to see what other big Marvel projects will be like. Talking about Sandman in the Marvel Universe project. Yeah, that would be kind of interesting. And yeah, dude, Hickman being back is such a dub. I am so excited for that. Let's go. Chippawee says, hot take, scoopers are ruining the movie experience. Yeah, I don't think so. I think some people feel that way, and I think that it's perfectly fine if you feel that way. And then if I felt that way, I would just avoid a lot of that stuff. You know what I mean? Including this channel, by the way. Like, that is a big part of what I talk about, you know? I try to keep it chill on the streams, unless, like, it's a stream like this where we're literally just focusing on that. Prime stream today in about a half hour, which means we got to fly through these because I got to eat. But yeah, in about a half hour. Zoe the Goat says, Charles Murphy blocked me for calling him out on playing the victim after she clapped back after he was trashing her for 2 weeks straight. LMAO. Yeah, I've actually never really thought that the way Charles Murphy does his social media is, like, that's just not the way I would do it. But I don't know, man. I mean, at the same time, you got to imagine he was receiving a lot of input. And, you know, even when I was going through, like, the James Gunn thing, like, when all that's coming at you, like, sometimes you don't act your best, and sometimes you just want to, like, shut it off. So I get it, though. Omegon says, do you think Doom will be a prominent character in Kang Dynasty Secret Wars? No. He's probably my favorite Marvel character, so I'm bummed if not. Nerd Avengers for life. I'm bummed too, bro, but no. There's no indication of that. Zero indication of that. Dan the Man says, I got one for you. Andrew and Venom will be warped into BW with the Sinister Six team while Toby gets his fourth film and bumps into some of the OGs along the way in Secret Wars. Holland leads the Web Warriors Avengers 6. Hot damn, Dan. What is BW? Like, what is that? Warped onto... Oh, Battle World. Okay, I could see that. That'd be cool. Veed's trying to get some more coin. I think I did drop some. C-Dub says, watch Quantum Mania pitch meeting. We did. It was freaking awesome. Thank you for that. Okay, let's see here. D. Murdoch says, Jeff Loveness cannot write the Kang Dynasty. Smack my head. Here's the thing. I think a lot of the problems with Quantum Mania are literally like ideation or pre-production. Like, I don't think it was Loveness's idea to put the whole movie in the quantum realm. I don't think it was Loveness's idea to change the ending a month before the movie came out. I don't think it was Loveness's idea. Like, I think a lot of the problems with the movie are on Feige, unfortunately. Or on whoever, like, was it Stephen Broussard? Was it Nate Moore? Like, I don't know what happened, but it's on the higher-ups. I don't actually think it's on Loveness. Now, there's some dialogue in the movie that I think is garbage, right? But there's also incredible dialogue in the movie. A lot of the Kang stuff and the Janet stuff is really compelling. So there's good stuff in there. I'm actually not as mad about Loveness as I think many of you are. I think many of you guys are really fired up about Loveness. I'm just not. I'm not there. Josh, your choice, MODOK cheeks or She-Hulk cheeks? I mean, it's got to be She-Hulk, man. Fuck, I can't even believe I had to think about that. The Second Son says, oh, no, we already did. Parker Thwip says, hey, you silly ass idea, but what if they could cast multiple actors for the Fantastic Four and wait for the audience reaction to choose the main 616 moving forward? Sometimes that does happen, I feel, between studios and audiences. I don't know, though. I mean, we've heard so many wild things. I don't even know what to think with this one. D. Murdoch says, bro, I'm not going to lie. I'm worried about Jeff Loveness and Michael Waldron writing Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. I'm not going to lie. We need to bring back Marcus and McFeely. Yeah, I mean, I hear you. I'm not as concerned about the writers. I'm just, you know what I think I'm concerned about? I'm just concerned that, like, the ambition of Marvel, and Marvel kind of has learned some bad habits because they've always been that studio that scrambles, that reshoots, that changes a lot. It's usually worked in their favor. But I think that the pure ambition of the pipeline in Phase 4 and moving into Phase 5, I don't think that structure of being fast and loose and saying that we're going to pull it all together in the end, I don't think that's working anymore. So they need to like really change that. That's more concerning to me than the writers. Detoxing for Life says, did Papa John Favreau not teach these Marvel directors how to use the stagecraft and the volume? LMAO. What do you think actually happened? Love you. Well, I mean, dude, Kenobi looks like shit too. So, like, I don't know. The volume is supposed to be this really impressive, awesome thing. And I get it. And I think it looks great in a lot of Mando stuff. But, I mean, dude, it looks horrible in Kenobi. It looks horrible in Quantumania. So, yeah, I really hope they stop doing that. John Shaw says, Royale with cheese or a big kahuna burger? I would do the Royale, bro. D. Murdoch says, sending these with much love, Papa, blink it up. My Nerdy Home says, let's go, Dad Bods for the win. Amen. Thank you for the love. Big Goron says, it seems to me like Quantumania writing is on par with much of Marvel Comics, like Jason Aaron's Avengers. Should the comics go for quality over quantity? I don't know. I really like a lot of modern comics. I know a lot of people are like, oh man, Marvel puts out a bunch of crap. Dude, Marvel's always put out a bunch of crap. So is DC. Like Marvel's, like comics in general, like when you have an incredible comic book story or an incredible comic book writer, like there's a reason why I think people focus on it so much, is because I think it's generally speaking rare. Like real talk, first Secret Wars book, it's okay. Secret Wars 2, it's okay. Secret Wars 3, fucking phenomenal. Even the 1999 Avengers Forever, which is heralded as this big, incredible, awesome story, I'm rereading it right now, and I think it's kind of mid. You know? Dude, Children's Crusade is kind of mid. Like, it's fun, but it's not like anything, you know what I mean? It's not like groundbreaking. I think there are only a few comic writers out there that can really like add the necessary depth to make some of these stories absolutely incredible. But when it comes to like superhero comics, for me, I'm a little less critical of it. I'm like, I just want to have fun, you know, and get some like, oh shit kind of moments going on. But I mean, yeah, like I like Alan Moore stuff. I like really well thought out stuff. So I don't know. Does that answer your question? Vanessa says, Josh, that advice to message about growing up hit home. My son is graduating high school this year, and he feels similar sometimes. Thanks for the authenticity. Oh, that's very nice. I appreciate it. John Jones says today Francis is scared to fight him. Well, I mean, yeah, that makes sense for him to say. I don't know if that's the case. Francis is crazy, though. Francis wants to get $30 million for his next fight. I don't see it, bro. Brendan says, would you watch Scarlet Thought, She-Hulk adult film? Are you kidding me? I've already watched it. It's incredible. Sajid says, people not ready for how good Transformers is about to be. I'm ready. Let's go. Alex says, how do you think the MCU will handle X-Men? Like, will there be Cyclops solo movies, Jean Grey, Rogue, etc., or just up the film every 3 years like Avengers? Not a comic book guy, so I don't know. We're all really interested in how they're going to handle that. I think you'll see mutants and the X-Men all over the place, but you will get X-Men as a franchise. I strongly feel that way, which means their own movies. Greed Pack says, just showing love. And the cat's breath is tremendous. Oh my God, bro. Right on. Yeah, Francis Ngannou, he wants $30 million for his next fight. And I'm like, wait, what? You want $30 million to have a boxer completely outclass you? Like, completely outclass you? No fucking way, dude. Like, you don't hit harder than Deontay Wilder. And Deontay Wilder, I mean, he tied the Gypsy King once and then got beat twice. Like, bro, there is no way you're going to put up a better fight than Deontay Wilder, especially in the third fight. The third fight was very competitive. It was very good, and he still just shit on him. The question of is Wilder catches Francis, dude, no. Like, just no. Like, I don't know. Like, and I have a lot of respect for Francis Ngannou, but you know what I really think? I think he has the wrong people around him. I think he's got people completely out of touch that are around him. Like, his team is giving him very bad advice. That's what I think. What shirt am I wearing? This is a Doctor Strange shirt. I don't even think you can bill a Francis fight in the same. So, like, the Conor fight with Mayweather was so perfect, and it was lightning in a bottle. And one of the reasons was because Conor was on a trajectory where you had people really, truly believing that he could beat the greatest fucking boxer of all time. So there was like this mysticism surrounding Conor, and he was just on this trajectory where you're like, what can't this dude do? And of course, Conor also has something that Francis does not have, and that's that mouth. That mouth. Y'all remember those press conferences? Holy shit, dude. Incredible entertainment. Conor deserves all of those millions that he got for that fight. Like, Francis doesn't have that. He doesn't have that same thing that Conor had. You know? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. He just doesn't. Like, I don't know what to say. He doesn't. Yeah, I gotta go eat. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here. We'll be back at it next week. We should have a ton of good streams. We're back at doing watch parties, so we're going to watch Mandalorian. I can't believe it. Mandalorian Season 3. It's back, baby. Let's get it. You talking MMA is hilarious? Why is it hilarious, dude? Q-Lock Work Orange? Why would it be considered hilarious? What the fuck? I'm gonna find this motherfucker. I'm gonna fuck this dude up. I'll fucking tear you apart. I'll fucking destroy you, dude. I'll fuck you up like you've never been fucked up in your fucking life, motherfucker. Anyway, much love, everybody. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you in the next one. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? So when I got done with the MCU stuff, and then I looked at the time and saw that we had been on for 47 minutes, I like literally almost crapped my pants. I thought about freaking out. Tears started welling up. Because I was like, before the stream, I was like, yo, I gotta get this stream. I gotta get this stream done. I gotta get quick. Gotta get out of here. I gotta get this video up. I got all this other stuff to do. Bro. What the fuck happened? How did nobody be like, hey, Josh, you just say, no, you're taking a good bit of time there. Nobody let me know. But it was fun. We had fun, huh? I appreciate you guys. I thought it was a good stream. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And I'm sorry that some of my toxicity about Quantum Mania slipped into the conversation. I've been trying to be really chill about it. It's gonna be okay. Everybody's saying they said stuff? Oh, okay. All right. Cool. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys soon. Nerd Vengers, I'll see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. Let's watch some cartoons. Maybe that guy was right. I mean, we're literally watching Saturday morning cartoons tomorrow. Maybe I don't know about them. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you soon. I got to go grab some food. Maybe 2:15 on Prime Stream. Okay, talk to you later. Bye. Make sure you open up your third eye. Wash out your stinky butthole. I'll see you later.